Should I Sogner back up?
Yeah, because I doubt he's going to be out of frenzy or just being held down for a while.
I mean, I think that's probably the only way you're getting him out of frenzy, holding him down for a bit until it goes away.
Yeah, I think frenzy ends once there's no enemies to attack.
Question is, do we know if there's any more enemies around?
Bruh, it's your character. You don't see anyone around. Does he keep trying to murder everything, or what does he do?
Yeah.
You're being held down. The only opponent lies unconscious in a beaten, bloody pile ahead of you. You hear your friend shouting angrily at you, though you're not quite sure what he's saying, I think. What do you do?
That's a good question. I'd say for comic effect, I see you guys tie him back up and lead him by the rope.
Yeah, probably. If he showed no signs of actually calming down, then yeah, Siegfried will just say tie him up.
Remember to keep the dwarf on a leash at all times.
Because theoretically, the enemy isn't actually dead; he's only unconscious.
Sure.
I mean, he's not moving.
He's not moving. Either way. Well, in which case, as Griffon grabs a couple of his stuff, his important pieces, the rapier, stuff he sees, Sogner still angrily thrashing against Siegfried, and he grabs a rope, some handcuffs, and tosses them to Siegfried.
Now the question is, who picks up Sogner's axe?
Fucking leaving that shit behind. No, I don't think anybody except Sogner wanted to pick up in the first place, so that shit can fucking stay behind.
I pick it up my mouth.
He just grabs it by his mouth, but we're leaving no, Sogner, bad Sogner, but he refuses to let go.
I mean, given the fact that he's shouting a lot, also fucking gagging him as well.
Oh my god, he makes the take.
Remember, it's at a -10, but yes.
I got fucking Sogner. I'm just imagining, when you're trying to pull a dog away from something, no, Sogner, bad Sogner, don't eat that.
Now, are you willing to touch it to get it out of his mouth?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely fucking not. He can keep it in his mouth, all I fucking care.
I'm half tempted, but no, not today.
Meanwhile, Siegfried, once the Sogner situation has been wrapped up, will do some rudimentary first aid on the Inquisitor.
And that was a successful heal test, and that is at least enough to get him a couple wounds back so he can wake up and walk.
Yes, that was the plan. I think it's because he's a heavily wounded, I think it's one. Actually, where is it? What is it? Where is it according to the heal skill?
I said my healing potion wouldn't be able to help him.
Here, where is it? See, chapter 6, combat damage and movement.
Nice.
Okay, yeah. So it's 1d10 to a lightly wounded character, or 1 wound to a heavily wounded character. So yeah, he'd be.
So he goes up to 1 wound.
Yep.
Yes.
He's no longer close to death as you can be.
Then from there, Siegfried's gonna start suiting up.
Yep. All
right. In which case,
I'm curious how far off the fucking train tracks we've gone at this point.
We'll see in a little bit, I think.
I mean,
how far? What is your plan to escape the Temple of Ark?
It's a good question.
We don't have Kadra. Rolf will volunteer to scout ahead, try to pick up the patrol routes, how the situation looking, and
just a question: the guy who arrested us, was that the same guy who asked us to go look for the poison wells, or is that a different guy?
That's the same guy that asked you to look for the poison wells.
Okay, I wasn't sure since we didn't have a picture earlier. All right.
Yeah, it was the deputy priest.
Yeah.
Then we do not have any friends here in this place. I think your plan is so sound, Rolf. Go and take a look at what the Temple of Ulrich is doing.
We have allies of convenience, and he nods towards the witch hunter.
Where are your colleagues? Where would you suspect they would be hiding out?
Well, one of them is still likely under custody under the Orkins. The other is likely in the Temple of Sigmar.
Oh yeah, right. He was barricaded in there with a bunch of peasants trying to break in, basically. A riot, that was the word I was looking for. Well then, take a look at
He
the
just kind of
temple.
frowns at that.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And honestly, I'm half tempted to try to kill that fucker, but you know what? We have enough trouble, bad decisions for today.
I like your idea, Rolf. Take this up and you may be a duke yourself one day. Great dwarf.
Anyway, yeah, we don't have caterer, so Rolf is taking the position of lead scout.
Let's go.
That will be a silent move at +20.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good thing is, I still have that one last fortune point left. I'm holding it like a motherfucker.
Let's go.
Silent move +20. Thank fucking god for not +20. Is it opposed?
It
We'll
is
see in a
not.
bit.
Okay, thankfully not.
I'm gonna quickly just throw it back.
We'll ask for. Let's do 3 more as we're going through.
Still
And
silent
just
moves
kind of
or
lead them through the
concealment?
temple. Silent move,
Okay.
+20.
Alright, second one. Okay. Okay, third
You're
one.
holding on, my boy.
Okay, better. Much better. And the last one. Gonna spare that last fortune point.
Wait, was it 3 in total or 3
4.
more? Okay.
4 in total, I heard.
Okay, then let's go. Keep your silence.
Okay.
Woo.
You're able to lead the party out.
Mm-hmm. All right. So now, as we exit the temple of Ulrich, what is Agrius doing?
Zagreus,
Yeah,
where do you want to hide the book? You found a hiding spot. Where is it?
let's
Is it in-
see.
Is there a temple of Moor in this city?
Should be? I
No,
think
I
it
don't.
should be.
Do we have a Temple of Moor?
Or maybe not.
I don't see Shaliam or Media.
I only see more spark, but that's not a
Mhm.
temple, it's a park.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, there's a college of Guild of Wizards and Alchemists. Mm.
Yeah, he will probably hide it somewhere in Moore's Park, which I'm going to assume is like the name of a cemetery.
That?
Very likely.
Yeah, I feel like you probably meet a couple of people who worship Moor there now. Huh.
Yep, it's a cemetery.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Do you just like hide it in a grave or something?
Yes.
Do you chat with the like grave tender, who may or may not be there?
Indeed, I shall.
You know your like creepy gravekeeper that is suspiciously not evil?
Yeah.
It's one of those.
Ah, I see. Probably feels like right at home for a priest of Moor, to be entirely honest.
Like the kind that you really, really feel like he's evil, but no, he's just a gravekeeper.
Mm-hmm. When a gravekeeper wishes your grandma good health and a good long life. And you know he's being serious, but you're still worried.
Yeah.
And what do you do?
After that, he would probably. I'm not too sure. I mean, half of me wants to just say screw this and find the. What was his name? Caterer.
I feel like that makes sense. In which case, well,
Pedro has been suspiciously absent for some time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like that's probably kind of in character too, isn't it? But yeah, no, sorry, I won't intervene.
I'm back.
I'm back.
So what? Sorry. Mm.
Mm,
No, I mean, I feel like that's up to you, Zach. Like, what happens when he goes to look for Kedra? Mm-hmm.
He just kind of starts wandering around the city, and there's more of those mutant hunts and false accusations are being found and that kind of stuff. People accusing their neighbors they don't like of being heretics. The city seems to be almost just before the boiling point.
Mm-hmm.
It's not nearly as bad as Talagad was, but it will be significantly worse if it does boil over. It's almost purge.
The Purge Water of the Fantasy.
Yeah.
That's a great one, man. Mm-hmm. Great.
Do you have common knowledge Empire?
I do.
Go ahead and roll it.
I'd be very surprised if none of the Imperial characters had common knowledge Empire.
I think it's given to you as a base. So
Yeah, it is.
Success.
It's from being human, yeah.
Zagreus, you know that unrest of this level would, and a major city such as this, would normally bring about Imperial forces.
Mm-hmm. You mean
They are, however, still hunting down Archaon.
Mm.
Did I say it right that time?
It's Archaon, yeah.
Archaon. And his forces. So, normally, by this point, there would be, like, Imperial army presence in the city for the unrest.
Mm-hmm.
As you all are escaping the Temple of Ark, you do get the same feeling.
Mm-hmm. Free of bureaucracy. Siegfried does finally get his own knightly order and realizes he's gonna have to deal with logistics and troops marshalling, dealing
It's
with
like,
their
I'm gonna deal with
trouble.
my own warband. We have bureaucracy. Starts up his own warband, realizes it has bureaucracy.
Yeah.
No. Siegfried, there is one way you can do it free of bureaucracy. Have you heard about the Warriors of Chaos? Mm.
I think it's more that he's started to have an innate distrust of authority, given how many times they've fucked us over.
I mean,
So
you should follow Griffon's lead. He
authority.
just makes fun of all of it.
He'll become that authority.
Uh-huh. All right.
And we shall call it Outer Heaven.
Alright. So, following Rolf's lead, we escape the Temple of Uruk. However, we still don't know where our missing teammate is. So, how the heck do we find Zagreus? Do we just go around asking for creepy dudes in looking like,
I'm gonna assume Kadra is gonna find.
Offer really wants to go to the Temple of Sigmar.
Sure.
I mean, that works too. Either that or, because I have a very strong itch to shoot a bitch in the face. So that tavern you told us about could also work. But yeah, we can go there. I feel like I'm getting a hang of this, so I can, lead you there, trying to look for any danger.
All right, Rolf, we're in your care. Lead us to the Temple of Sigmar. Okay. So,
as you pass the Great Park, you pass a merchant stall, and the guy seems to be selling inconspicuous brown cloaks. He seems to actually have a decent amount of business.
How much does it cost?
Cloaks, get your cloaks here.
Don't let people see what you are.
To be fair, I kinda, apart from Noble's Garb, I already do have a cloak because that's one of the items needed for
The rest
Master
of us
Thief.
don't.
Yeah.
Griffon in his fancy clothes, his red
You have
plume.
Noble's garb with a bloody stab wound in it.
No, but that cloak is a separate thing.
I know.
And was I attacked? I don't think I was even attacked.
No,
Wounded
but you
once.
took it off a dead nobleman.
Yep.
It was quite a while ago. I thought I
Yeah.
had a chance to like clean it a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
well then you're wearing Noble's clothes with a stab with a hole in it.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry. Make sure you say you took it off at like a robbery site, and they won't ask any extra questions. Either way.
Yes. He is charging 5 silver per cloak.
5 silver per cloak. Fucking yeah, sure, why not?
Yep. Sure. Griffon buys a brown cloak.
Yeah, I've got one as well. I have enough. I have enough silver for that.
Out of potato sacks.
I mean, yeah, that's fine. Fuck it. Who cares? Fucking, I'll take it.
200 gold. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just like cities in paranoia. People want to hide. Brown cloaks here. Get your brown cloak.
Yep.
For the strange people who want to hide from things, yeah, I don't judge. Here, get your cloaks. Overpriced as all hell. Get your potato cloaks.
Looks like Griffin. Oh, yeah, you need a cloak immediately.
Yeah. Yes, of course. Don't worry. My winning smile will get me out of here. But give me that potato sack. I'll use it. All right. So
28, I do remember, is the Temple of Sigmar.
Across the way is a pitchfork and torch merchant.
Pitchfork and torch merchant. They look at each other suspiciously.
Supply and demand.
They actually look like brothers.
Uh-huh. All right. But
They are in fact working together.
All fun and games. However, as we are walking, if no one else, then the Rolf will like be closer to the party and look at the hunter and say, "So, do we have a plan where we get there? Do we expect that the Sigmarites will also try to fuck us over like the deputy head priest?"
I suspect that this is a plot limited to the Orokin priest.
Of course not. Do you know nothing about who we are?
No.
What we've told you? We're Sigmarites.
Look, the last couple of hours have been...
Sigmarites keep their own, as he nods to Siegfried.
Look, the past couple of hours have been very vexing.
We just need to get through the crowd that's there.
I'm sure. The hunter's right. I don't think that. While Sigmarites and Orokins hate each other, they will not abandon their own.
Well, let's hope for the best.
We can go there for the time being.
Ulrich grant me Sigmar grant me strength. Yeah, I continue to lead the others.
I used to think the priesthood was to be trusted. Maybe it's just the Myrmidians. I should give up hope on these foreign gods. Let's go then.
Sigmar, has the Sigmarites let you down yet?
Not yet, but that's what I thought about Ulrich for about 2 hours ago.
Yes, unfortunately, we're in the same boat there. I also believe they'll be more honest.
Honesty is overrated, but I suppose honor is not. Let us find this Sigmar of yours and see if his big hammer can shield us.
So,
as you all start reaching the Temple of Sigmar, you can hear it before you see it, as there is a rather murderous-seeming crowd around the temple.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Shouting things such as, "Burn the heretic and hand him over." A few watchmen are trying to maintain order, but they are hopelessly outnumbered, and there's little they can really do.
Go figure out what's going on. I'll go.
Hoffer actually waves you guys and starts heading down an alleyway.
Secret entrances.
alright. I thought about like going to the rooftops and trying to use the same way that the Skaven assassin used last time.
Follow.
As you head down the alleyway, they head to a kind of ramshackle, rundown building that is on the edge, built up against the edge of the Temple of Sigmar, because the Temple of Sigmar has a wall around it. Or actually, wait, no, got that right. It's near it, but not quite. And near the building is a couple men wearing suspiciously similar brown cloaks. And as they see Hoffer, as he pulls down his suspiciously similar brown cloak's hood, they nod to the group and open the door.
Okay. Also, a question: how do we meet up with our boy, the priest? You know, Simon's character. I mean.
Well, Simon is looking for Kadra, and whether or not he finds Kadra will depend on whether or not Jay shows up for next session. But whether or not you find Kadra, what do you do, Zagreus?
So you know they
If you do
were
find
taken to
Kadra,
the.
Kadra will follow you. If you don't find Kadra, you're still just doing whatever Zagreus would do.
What would Zagreus do? He'll probably take out his tarot deck and see if he can divine any higher message from more. So he's going to draw a random tarot card. Hold on. Tarot card draw.
Yeah, I still remember the first time you did it. Yo, God, I need to get a fucking GPS signal. Help a brother out.
Yo, big M. Need to do me a solid. Let's see the tarot card that I got. The King of Cups. Love, nurturing, wisdom. Someone may offer you assistance from a place of power. So he would probably.
So you draw this card, and it gets you thinking. King of Cups, the king. Well, the Empire doesn't have a king, but it does have an emperor. And if someone were to ask you who the emperor is, the best emperor, well, that would be Sigmar.
Would be
Did I hear I was going to say something? Did I hear Magnus for a moment there?
Well, just it kind of makes you thinking of, well, maybe Magnus, sure, but kind of just has you thinking of Sigmar and the Empire as a whole. And you know what? The Witch Hunters were Sigmarites. Siegfried's a Sigmarite. You know, if they were going to hide anywhere, if they were going to hide anywhere in a city that hates them, where's the one place they could hide safely?
The church.
Dun, dun, dun.
I must say.
In a city that hates Sigmarites, where would Sigmarites go to hide? The Temple of Sigmar.
This is in fact the second doomed outing that we've got into by approaching the Temple of Sigmar.
I love how every time these cards come up, something wacky ends up.
I know what I must do. I thank you more for your guidance.
runs to the Temple of Sigmar.
And as you guys are about to head into the door, you see Zagreus in a suspiciously black cloak step around a corner with possibly Kadra.
With possibly,
Yeah.
possibly
It's
not
the
gay.
it's the quantum Kadra. Maybe here, maybe not. We'll know next week.
Schrodinger's Cadra.
Schrodinger's Kadra, yeah.
About
It's
time, Graveman. Come on
Is
in.
Kadra here today? We'll know next
Ah,
week.
I knew you were here. Yeah, flames.
Yeah.
How? You know me. Hmm.
Let's head in and learn how we can unfuck this situation. Or kill who needs killing.
Alright.
The Organ High Priest is certainly up there.
Yes.
And
What
so,
happened? The last thing I saw where you were taken to the Church of Ulrich.
Yes, we thought they were allies, but the Deputy High Priest was in fact going to imprison us and just leave us there to rot.
right, so after a bit of friendly questioning, also known as torture,
It
we
appears we
validated our usefulness to him, which makes me a little bit suspicious about this whole situation.
This would have stood in the Church of Moor. They would just killed you painlessly, I might add.
Yeah, thanks for the reassurance.
You're welcome, Siegfried, my friend.
All right, so we follow the witch hunter into the secret path to the temple. What happens? Is Zach reading or has he gone to sleep?
I was answering a question.
No.
Man, Rolf, that's a good question.
I mean, it could well be a fucking plot just to remove Sigmarites, but I don't fucking know.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Using the situation to,
Make a
gain
power play.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just don't fucking know with these religious fucks. Ugh.
Yep.
He says right next to the religious fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're not in any position of power. It's fine, we can trust you.
The witch priest is nodding.
You're not in a position of power, Zagreus. We trust you for that.
Yes, you're really unimportant. That's why we trust you.
You're not important enough.
So, what was the question? You guys are in the temple now, basically.
Yeah, we're in the temple now.
All right. Let's see.
Siegfried says that with love and a very large amount of cynicism.
Let's see. Once inside the Temple of Sigmar, the PCs can learn what has been happening in the section called the Big Picture. As Hoffer has already told you, the Watch arrested Jacob Bauer, so it was the Watch that arrested him, so that's why he wasn't with the Arcans.
Yeah, that makes sense.
With a copy of the forbidden Liber Chaotis in his possession. He is now in prison and awaiting trial. The Deputy High Priest has lost no time in capitalizing on the arrest, and his agents ambushed and captured Hoffer. Ulrich Fischer, the interrogator and physician who was the third member of the group, managed to escape and sought sanctuary in the Temple of Sigmar, which is why the mob is gathered outside.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just wait until they learn that more fugitives from the Temple of Uruk are refuged here.
Mm-hmm.
For now,
yes,
we
it
use
is
the
for
secret entrance. Sorry.
Hoffer is glad to be reunited with Fischer, who brings the group up to date on what he knows. Bauer's trial has been set for 2 days hence. It is to be a public affair held in the square of marshals outside the palace. Deputy High Priest Leibniz will conduct the prosecution himself, and the judges are to include the Watch Commander, deputizing for the Graf, the High Priestess of Verena, and the three Law Lords of Middenheim. High Capitular Werner Stoltz of the Temple of Sigmar has been called to give evidence, since the suspect is a member of an organization affiliated with the cult of Sigmar.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So the last witch hunter is about to get executed. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why would the Orcan High Priest do this?
We take a look at the witch hunters asking that
Mhm.
question.
The High Capitular acknowledges the two witch hunters with a nod and then looks to you all. Says, "So you are the people who recovered the brass skull, wiped out the Skaven, and thwarted the plot to poison the city's wells. You've certainly been busy. Your names?"
They are. Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming
Yes.
you all. Just do this.
Yeah,
Although
so
the High Capitular is not one to stand on ceremony, you can have each character make an easy gossip test to avoid some small but embarrassing faux pas. No, fuck that.
we're past Karen at this point.
Yeah. He says, "Well, things are about to get busier. The trial of a Sigmarite witch hunter accused of consorting with Chaos is a golden opportunity for the cult of Ark to embarrass us. If I know Leibniz, he'll make the most of it. The current climate, with the panic caused by the mutant outbreak, people have been looking for someone to blame, someone they can lay hands on, not shadowy rumors of poisoners in the dark." Hoffer nods this and says, "They'll burn Bauer for sure if we don't save him."
how do we intend on saving him? It sounds like the actual trial itself is going to be heavily weighted against him.
A sham trial, in fact. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Plus, the High Priest knows us, so if we show ourselves, it's gonna be, straight through combat.
Well,
He doesn't know.
maybe.
I do
I
not
agree.
fancy fighting his elite guard.
Mm-hmm.
The High Capitular nods at that. His life's not the only one at stake either.
Oh.
Doing something heroic to rescue Bauer before the trial is madness. If he's guilty, then so is all of Order Fidelis, and to the mob outside, us as well.
Hmm. It seems like everything is
And
tied
if
up
I
against
continue to give you sanctuary, it'll be defiance of an arrest warrant from Schutzman, who wields the Graf's authority. And Leibniz would be all too pleased to throw his remaining tutored gens in with the guard under the guise of upholding the law. They'd pull the temple down around us and hang or burn us all. And that would only be the beginning. All
Surely,
over Midden,
surely Reichland wouldn't stand for that if that was to happen.
Isn't he the most powerful
all over
man?
Midland and across the north, the fall of this temple would be a signal for the Orcans to attack their Sigmarite neighbors and paint them with the stains of chaos. Yes, the Emperor and the Grand Theogenist would have to respond, and then we would be seeing civil war. With Archaon's scattered forces still roaming the land, that would be a day. They would surely take advantage of our conflict, and there would be little to stop the Empire from going the way of Kislev. What hope, then, for the rest of the old world? So you see, the trial must go ahead, and Bauer must be acquitted. If he is not, then, with regret, I will have to hand you and Fisher over, and the rest of you as well.
Hmm.
No pressure then.
Okay,
Grand
so
Diogenes would then be faced with the choice of declaring the Order Fidelis heretics and joining in their destruction, or standing by them and risking civil war and worse. The situation can scarcely be more serious.
so we know words will not be enough, so we kinda need to get some kind of proof. Any chance that the hideout that, and I note towards the witch hunter that you mentioned, like, might have anything that might help us?
He nods, and so does the High Capitular. You lot are resourceful, and you can move in the city without starting a riot. You must make your way to the Sword and Flail, the hideout that was discovered by Bauer, and recover all the evidence you can of cult activity there. Bring it to me here, or if the trial started it already, the Square of Marshals. Go quickly now, and remember that on your success rise the lives of many, and perhaps the fate of the Empire.
Oh boy.
Are there any priests here who can offer us healing just before we set out?
Almost doesn't feel like
He
the first
nods
time.
and says, I'll do it myself.
Sager starts healing.
Oh.
Best he can.
You can only heal one wound per fight, effectively. The High Capitular uses Healing Hand and heals you all.
Nice. Big HP, boys.
Yeah, I don't know actually who was injured. I know that Siegfried took
One
like
was still injured from earlier.
Yeah.
I got a
Siegfried.
rocket.
Oh, that's a fair point. Yeah, we actually did get. Yeah, a couple of us got injured then.
Yep, Griffon was injured.
For mostly Siegfried.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Should be suitably impressed.
He's doing it himself.
Yeah, Siegfried, in probably the most like ceremonious way that you've probably seen him, he does like fully sort of like kneel down in reverence.
Griffon also does a reverential bow, religious that he is, but not quite as impressive as Siegfried's.
Like, this guy is, with the common knowledge empire, you guys will probably pass because there's enough of you. Effectively second in command of the cult of Sigmar.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Which means he is, like, I won't say third most, he's third most powerful politically
Mm-hmm.
of the empire. Well, he's at the second tier of political power, if you think, like, the Emperor, the Grand Theogenes, and, like, Gelt are, like, at the top kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's, like, the next step down.
Oh wow. He's a big deal.
Yeah, the fact that he's essentially, the second in command of probably the most widespread cult.
I would say Leibniz is probably at the same level, but is currently acting as at the top of the cult of Ulrich. Because the guy in charge of the cult of Ulrich is off fighting a war.
Yeah.
So
That is where we'll leave it off for now. Is you guys being healed up in the Temple of Sigmar and being sent off to run more errands.
I'm gonna assume that we at the very least wait a little bit so that we roll over to another day.
How much time do we have?
You have 2 days before the trial.
And what time of day was it when we got to the Temple of Sigma?
Yeah.
Evening.
Okay. Well, we'll just have to keep going without fortune with limited fortune points, so that'll be fine.
Oh boy.
I mean, getting to that tavern under the cover of the night is even like better. So, I mean, I'm fine going without fortune points. I was just thought I can ask like if we have a chance of like waiting just a little bit and having
Like,
fortune points back.
You have enough time to like wait and catch your breath. You don't have enough time to wait for fortune points unless you really want to.
Yeah, we need to hurry. We need to
Okay, that's
move
fair.
with haste.
Well, unfortunately, there's no rest for the wicked. Also, no rest for us. But it's basically the same thing.
Yeah, at this point, yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
The wicked are actually resting pretty well. I mean, what?
Also,
Alright.
character, there won't be another session of Rise of the Rune Lords next week due to obvious reasons.
Oh, right.
Capital is no.
You're
I
not
mean, I
Christmas.
shouldn't run on Christmas Day? Or is Christmas Day Saturday?
Christmas.
Christmas Day is Sunday.
Yeah.
It's Saturday for me,
You
but
guys are saying I shouldn't run this on Christmas Day?
I mean, I'd be fine if it went to the fact that I'm going to be with my family and I can't show up.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah.
damn sure I also won't be available.
I mean, I'm also going to be with my family, and
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, we're probably not going to do anything before noon, but
Mhm.
my grandmother is likely coming over that day, but is going to church in the morning, so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna have a week
Because
break.
of a Christmas Day Mass or whatever.
Actually, week or I mean, I probably won't be going anywhere for New Year's.
I mean, I
so I
Honestly, I can do New Year's.
I can do New Year's.
I will be visiting my grandmother for New Year's.
I'd still be willing to run if we have at least 4 people.
I should be present. I thought about like
Same.
going somewhere to another city, but the transportation is iffy. So
Nothing against Simon, but that's one of the reasons I like having 6 of you. Is if 2 people don't show up, I can still fucking run.
yeah, makes
It's a
sense.
benefit.
Real life happens.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, make it. Mhm.
Like I think we've missed 1 week
Where you didn't
just
play
because
at
I
all.
couldn't make it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I couldn't do it for whatever reason.
I think it was internet issues. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember.
Actually, yeah, it was that.
Like question.
Which like I could have technically ran if I decided to hotspot off my phone, but that would just be hell.
Yeah, that's not worth the
That-
hassle.
I have unlimited data, so it wouldn't cost more money, but I'd be running off of like phone signal.
That wouldn't be good, really.
Yeah, that'd be a pain in the ass.
No.
Just roll
trust
20.
me. Just
Yeah.
believe in the phone.
Do we get XP? Actually, how much?
Since you asked, no, but everyone else does.
Kind of rude, but okay. All right, do we get
I
like
will
damage?
give
Shaking my head.
you.
Look, I said I was sorry for being a little bit salty today, so
No, it's like you give him 0 and everyone else 1. It doesn't actually matter, but it's rude. Mm.
I fucking hate uneven numbers. Don't even start.
Sometimes it's about
I
sending a
will give
message.
you 103.
I'm just adding
And
100.
then it's like, next session you give us 97, and it's like, oh, you didn't write it down because you like an even number. Well, sucks to be you.
Yeah, exactly. Next session, I'll give you I'll give you 97. Just rip you off.
Mm.
Fucking disgraceful.
The sad thing is, I'm such an XP whore. I'll note that down.
Uh-huh. Nice XP whore.
So I hear, do you like don't like uneven numbers? Check this out.
Should I add silent move or master gunner?
Why? Huh?
I'll give you a 100 plus pi experience. For it to count, you have to write down the entire number.
Oh wow, Zach, that's gonna be a long calculation, dude.
See, I would just go to substitute for Apple.
What should I get with this? 100 x? Well, technically 103 XP.
103.14.
And onwards. Mm.
Even the DM
I'm-
can't do it.
I'm
Oh
gonna,
no!
I'm gonna treat it as a joke.
To be fair, I know 3.14 because that's basically all you'd ever needed to use in math.
Yep.
Yeah. I know that. I know that card.
And I think it was like what 2.5. I think were the next two.
All right, let's
don't
Google
know.
pi real quick. Pi.
What do I want to get? I could increase my fellowship. I could finally get an academic knowledge.
3.14159265359 and onwards.
I'm not sure they'll get an academic
3,
knowledge.
2,
Would be
3, 8, 4, 6, 2, 6, 4, 3, 3, 8, 2,
Oh
2,
no, he's
7,
I put it
continuing. Somebody
9,
stop
5,
it.
0, 2, 8, 8, 4, 1, 9,
the
7.
calculation of pi actually eventually just stops, and it is in fact not an irrational number.
Yeah, that would be a very awkward thing to find out after counting that far.
It's like there's like 10 billion digits, and then
Well,
it stops.
Way
It's
more
like,
than
what?
1 million.
As of March 2022, they have calculated 100 trillion digits of pi.
Yes.
Jesus Christ!
Yes, people like pi. Hmm.
How do they even like? I'm not even sure how they calculate it.
Math.
Easy, pretty much an algorithm that just keeps reading how far pi goes.
Yeah, but I'm just like, what math are they using to get it?
I mean,
Cork would probably know better than me.
The last math class I took was great because whenever we started like a new thing, like talking about like sine waves, for instance, he'd like the first day he'd like show us what the fuck sine waves are used for,
nice.
and like talk about the different things that sine and cosine and that kind of stuff are used for.
What are they used for? We ever actually got told?
I mean, it's light waves, earthquake wave, like it's waves, like light waves, earthquake waves, normal waves, it's that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
like
I have public education.
It's for calculating waves. But like, and actually, he actually told us like what the waves are, kind of thing, like that kind of stuff.
It's always nice knowing what you're trying to learn.
And it's like, well, pi. It's like, but it doesn't actually like the most they told us is it's for circles. But by that point, we were like supposed to know what pi and circles were, so you didn't go over that. If that makes sense, because like that's like even just like one day in math saying like, and this is what it's used for, because at least you don't have to like know the thing, but knowing that it's used for something helps.
Yep, it
Like,
definitely does.
yeah, it's like,
I mean,
this is not just like theoretical bullshit.
Yeah, it's like when instead of like just trying to remember a number or something, remembering what it's used for and how it got there is a lot easier to remember.
Hey, Quirk, still there? I'll see if Quirk was still there.
It's like, even if like it has nothing relevant to what you're actually learning, knowing that it's used for something helps you like pay attention to it.
Yeah, there's this channel called 3 Blue 1 Brown, which is great for that, these sort of things. Basically explaining math, how it works.
Because like growing up, going through math, like you learn addition, you learn multiplication, and they kind of do that already by like telling you like, well, you take a group of this and a group of this, or like for multiplication, it's like so many of this and so many groups kind of thing. But like it's not. So like they kind of like have that idea already there, but like get into geometry, and well, it's shapes, and people know what shapes are. So like that kind of is still kind of there. Get into trigonometry, and it's what the fuck's a tangent for? Like why are all of these advanced mathematics stuff actually important?
It's a quirk.
It's a quirk.
Yes. Why was I summoned?
We're talking math.
I was trying to ask you, in what reference does pi use the music theory, since you're the music of the person on the group.
Why the fuck would pi be used in music?
I don't know. Apparently, according to this, it says pi is used in music theory.
Maybe for waves? That's about it? That's the only thing I could see.
Yeah. I mean, and there have been a few composers that have incorporated pi either into the melody or into the time signature.
How? Like, it's a number.
I know.
Oh yeah.
But it's the same way that Tool wrote Maynard wrote a song with a time signature that went along with the Fibonacci sequence.
Yeah, that makes sense, actually.
People being wacky.
Yeah, because it says here that pi is used for building and construction, quantum physics, communication, music theory, medical procedures, air travel, and spaceflight, to name a few.
I could see all of those except music theory, but I understand music theory now. Basically, because pi is how you calculate the circumference of a circle and other things. And
Sure, we need 24
anything that uses a
cc's of
fucking circle will use pi.
Mm-hmm.
And waves and stuff, and that's why it'd be medical technologies.
Yeah, I was about to say sine and cosine because sound
Mhm.
waves.
So I guess sound waves wouldn't be included
But
in
it's
music theory.
also handy in wanting to say
Construction, I'd say, of instruments as well.
Yeah. But electrical waves, anything that has a wave,
Yeah,
anything.
I'm gonna grab, I think.
but yeah, I was talking to these guys. Like, the last math class I had was great because the first day of a new topic, the professor would like tell us like what it is. Like when we were going over like the sine and cosine stuff, he just like told us like what waves are and like told us like why it's used and what it's used for. Like didn't like barely had any actual math in the first lesson because he was telling us what the math is used for. And it was great.
Mm-hmm.
Lo and behold, people actually knowing what something is used for makes them care about it.
Okay, I got advanced perception. My perception is now at 47%. Thank God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's always good to have it.
Yes,
How
Donut
else?
looking at the town guard. You may outsmart me, maybe, but you won't outsmart Sword.
I mean, to be
You
fair,
may
because
outsmart-
it
When
kind
I
of does.
outsmarted, you're outsmarting.
It kind of does put into perspective just how skilled our characters are at this current moment in time.
I mean, Griffon
The fact
just
that you
walked
can
through 4 of them.
Beat
And
downtown guards.
We weren't even going lethally. Is the funny thing.
Yeah, we
Mhm.
did pretty much handicap ourselves, but
Yeah.
I mean, overall, I think pretty good scene. Like valuable lessons have been learned.
What valuable lessons would you tell
Do
us?
not let Griffon interact with the town guard.
Wow.
As Matt asked earlier, though, is how far you guys went off the railroad. Well, I got you all back on. Successfully.
The train is back on the tracks, damn you all.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, they're going to the Temple of Arc. Perfect. I can arrest them.
not as much.
And then just hand away Zagreus going back in as he drew the tarot card.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I was like, no matter what he draws, I have to point him to the Temple of Sigmar somehow.
Mhm.
I mean, for example, just a lesson like learned to ask more for insight checks regarding people.
Like, the best part is fuck, it's not actually magical.
Mhm.
Like, the tarot cards aren't magic.
No, but you know,
It's
good God,
not
probably.
actually more giving anything.
No. You don't. We don't know if it's more giving him anything, Zach. You have to be coy about this so you can sell us tarot cards. You know?
I mean, that's what faith is about, right? You believe, even if you don't know for
Yep.
sure.
It's a fair point.
Just keep using him. Maybe I'll make it a relic. And then, in fact, he does actually contact him more, and he does actually. I'll just have to get the list of cards and have you stop rolling. And when you need something, you just draw the right card to give you the idea.
It just gets to a point where Zagreus' faith has empowered it to the point that it does become a relic.
Exactly.
The odd thing is, I just went to a daily tarot card website.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
So it really was random.
I mean, that's the best part. That's how you do it. Mm-hmm. I still love how the first tarot card you pulled was the one that told us not to go again towards the orc place, which would have just killed our party.
Exactly.
The tarot cards hasn't let you down yet, Simon. You gotta keep believing.
I think this is the third or fourth time he's used them, actually.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the very first time would have led us to a complete fucking party wipe.
Mm-hmm.
If we'd gone the shorter route.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like,
Heavy
you draw
is
the
the-
hangman.
Heavy is the hand that draws the card.
Yeah. Actually, I'm not going to increase my perception. Actually, I think
It's like, well, how do you give your party plot hooks now? Well, they have a possibly holy relic in the form of a tarot deck, and when they draw a card, I give them a plot hook.
Mm-hmm.
I'm instead going to start increasing my fellowship.
It's like I use the power of random chance to get the party to do what I want.
The random chance.
By taking the random result they give and giving them the result that I want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna bounce. So
Alright.
have a good holidays, Christmas, and maybe see ya in 2 weeks. I take it.
No worries. Talk to you later.
Mhm.
Alright, good night.